nearly over. We've got a little matter of Michael van Gerwen and James Wade to settle yet, and at 1-all could go either way. Emphatic victory for that in that particular set for the youngster in lime green.
James to throw
3 legs to 0. An average now of 96.5 as against Wade 89. But that won't unsettle Wade. He'll just carry on and try to do the business on his throw. Whereas this young fella really does have magic in those missiles. Wonderful to watch. Limping a little, that heel problem. Achilles heel, isn't it?
Yep. Broken bone in his right foot and a damaged Achilles in his left leg. Both strapped. And he reckons he's fine. He was fine against Adrian Lewis, wasn't he? And not having too many problems here. Apart from one bad leg where he missed 11 darts at a double, his record is astonishing, isn't it?
It is remarkable.
83.
In fact, 19 out of 22 of his winning legs, last 22 winning legs, have been in 15 darts or fewer. 15 or under. That is some record. And I go back a long while to a match in the World Championship between Phil Taylor and John Lowe, and Sid and I commentated on it. And Stuart, every single leg in the match was 15 darts or under. And Lowe played his part in that match, I'll tell you. It was at the Circus Tavern, as you'll realise.
Needs the ball.
Got the ball.
Yes, he has. Well, look at that. Blink and you'll miss it with Michael van Gerwen. That was a 12-darter, 90 on the ball, and he can only see half the target as well. Crucially, he's broken the James Wade throw as well at the start of this third set. And now there's more than 10 points between the players on the averages.
Yes, and Van Gerwen's gone into 3 figures in that particular column. And that was brilliant, wasn't it? A 12-darter, and just as I was mentioning, that's now 20 of his last 23 have been 15 darts or under. Amazing.
100.
Well, if he gets one of those green machine surges on, is difficult to stop. I mean, it was one of the highlights of the World Championship for me, his match against Peter Wright in the second round when he was 2-0 down, and he just clicked through the gears effortlessly and won 12 out of 14 legs to race to victory.
Yes, and smacked in 12 180s along the way. Slunga bait, snake bite, didn't have an answer to it. He took all the venom out of his opponent that day. Followed it up with a 4-1 win against Colin Lloyd and that remarkable 5-4 victory last night against Jackpot Lewis. Tonight it's Wade between himself and his first ever final. Of course, that's the case vice versa too.
140.
Well, the average just shy, 99.68, just shy of the magical 3 figures. James Wade 10 points behind, but he keeps pressurising Van Gerwen. He keeps finding another decent visit from James Wade. The pressure there if Van Gerwen misses.
Well, he isn't going to miss. That was as easy can be. Just like the ball finish which preceded it, he's now in the groove.
How about this? Michael van Gerwen has won 7 out of the last 8 legs. And he's won those legs with his very first dart at the double. He missed 11 darts to win the second leg of the match. Since then, perfect on the doubles. What an astonishing turnaround.
Yeah, it says a lot about the man, as I said earlier, Stuart. You put those disappointing legs behind you and move on. And confidence plays its major part in that. At those moments, self-belief means so much when you've had a shocking leg, a disappointing one. And this lad's proven the point.
140.
Yeah.
We'll see in a minute, aren't we? Wonderful difference in the mean scores. There you are, almost 12, and that really is going to tell him the score if it continues that way, Stuart.
It's 7 out of 7 on the doubles. Here he goes again on the trebles. Well, 6 of the very best for Michael van Gerwen, and we're only in set 3.
Yeah, 7 out of 18, 39%, but as my colleague indicates, it's really 7 out of 7 since -11. Brilliant. An exhibition. Double 16. A rare moment, that. And the look on Wade's face. With Van Gerwen sitting on 32, there's only one thing Wade can do, and that is try to hit as big a score as possible. Beginning now to feel the pressure, I think, Pikey.
Well, he can't live with Van Gerwen as far as the scoring is concerned.
Required 32.
To go ahead in the semi-final. Double 8 for Van Gerwen. No problem. He's won the last 6 legs and he's looking very, very good, Michael van Gerwen. He wins that set against the throw and has the darts here in set 4. Yeah, 8 legs to 3 in Van Gerwen's favour so far in this semi-final.
Well, then Machina. James Wade, the machine, he's an out with the washing machine at the moment. He's really got to pick up 8, and that's roughly his average. Well, 87 is average, not good enough against most players, let alone Michael van Gerwen when he's moving the pace.
Yeah, as we mentioned though, 91 James' tournament average coming into this semi-final was never going to be enough to challenge Michael van Gerwen. It's currently around 88. He's got to add 10 points to that to compete, I feel.
D'accord. Absolutely right, Stuart.
135.
Well, Michael van Gerwen and Raymond van Barneveld are certainly relighting the darting fire in the Netherlands. Huge interest in Holland, especially over the last week, and a lot of Dutch media have come over to London to follow the fortunes of the two Vans. And so far so good for Michael van Gerwen.
Changing tack, but the look on his face to me is that of a man who knows that there's little he can do about the assault that now Van Gerwen
78
is enjoying. And Wade, a rare moment now to put a little bit of pressure on again, but it just isn't happening now. If anything, he's going worse here, Stuart.
40.
Well, this will be for a 7th consecutive leg for Michael van Gerwen. Double 8. In it goes, and the dominance continues.
Game on.
James Wade always going to struggle. Average, a tournament average of 91, and that's been borne out here so far.
90.
Yeah, and frustration now coming into Wade's game. Well, it's been there for a little while. He knows how well he can play, Wade, and he knows how well he has to play against this lad. And I think now Van Gerwen, if anything, is probably more surprised than anybody that he's having such an easy ride. Lost the first set. Wade pulled out a 105 finish to complete that set. And we've seen little of him since. 7 legs in a row have gone to Van Gerwen. And the way this match is
60.
moving, it wouldn't surprise me if it did go to 9. Although Wade has a distinct advantage here with throw. got to win this leg. Try and give Van Gerwen something to think about.
100.
Well, Van Gerwen needs a maximum.
140.
Right on cue, I thought it was going to be a 7th. James Wade yet to hit a 180, and therein lies the problem. Come on, he says, he's getting frustrated. His scoring just hasn't come anywhere near to challenging Michael Van Gerwen.
And the harder Wade tries, and I think that's what is the problem now. He's trying as hard as he can to force
83.
the game out of him that he knows he can play, and often that can be counterproductive. You really have to stay cool, relax. That's a promising start. Needed the treble for the ball, but even so,
96.
useful darts.
Marco, you require 161.
161 for Mighty Mike. Treble 17.
137.
Our hearts
James
skipped a beat there.
68.
We thought that Van Gerwen was going to nail that. But Wade has to get this.
12. And one dart at tops.
28.
On another day,
Marco, you require
they go in.
24.
Indeed, hit it first. Double of the match, struck supremely well. But now you can't allow the little man in green that sort of opportunity.
Game on.
8 consecutive legs for Michael Van Gerwen. At the moment, Michael Van Gerwen
61.
looks like a man in a hurry. James Wade looks like a man in trouble in this semi-final.
A man in a worry.
His 3rd World Championship semi-final. In 2009 he lost 6-4 in a terrific match to Barney, and of course we all know what happened 12 months ago. 5-1 up against Lewis and losing 6-5. I think whatever happens here, you have to say it's a remarkable achievement that James Wade has got this far, and this game is not over yet by any stretch of the imagination, because James Wade is a real battler. But what we witnessed at the World Grand Prix on the stage in Dublin when he lost to Colin Osborne, and he was in all sorts of pain, wasn't he? It really was awful to see, and he's had treatment since, and he's come back and he's reached a World Championship semi-final. Great credit to the young man.
Yes, and whilst that point is well worth mentioning, he hasn't convinced in those victories en route to the final. His average, as you've mentioned several times, is rarely, his best is 92. And I think if you're going to reach a world final, you've got to do better than that. And I think tonight he's meeting more than his match, as Van Gerwen, who will have no sympathy whatsoever, wants tops.
80.
Still Wade well behind. Well, it's almost 2 players now playing a different game, Stuart, on the same ball.
20.
Well, this for 9 consecutive legs and 3 consecutive sets.
Michael
Van Gerwen is taking a firm grip on this World Championship semi-final. James Wade has it all to do if he wants to get back into this match. Michael Van Gerwen dominant, leading in a race to 6 by 3 sets to 1.